Jennifer Biedermann here from Jennifer Biedermann Jewelry. Today we're going to be making this cute earring. It's a nice little dangle earring. It dangles very nicely. And so you are going to need some wire. And I'm continuing on a series because I've been making these modified chenille stitch components. And I made it for a necklace, a statement necklace that I put up. What to do with these components, and I'll put a link if you wanted to try that. I'm using less beads for this because it's a small component, so really this is a fast project. This wire I'm using is sterling silver. You don't need to use sterling silver. You can use copper, you can use brass, you can use German wire, artistic wire, whatever you want. But I use sterling silver when I'm selling my jewelry. It just, whatever, adds a little je ne sais quoi, I guess. Makes it special. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to make the component with less beads. We're doing we're starting with 8 beads, the size 8 and size 11. In my other tutorials, we did like 10. So this is a lot smaller. I make my own jump rings. I make my own ear wires. So I will show you how I do that. Okay. Because you know what? I bought some ear wires and they just don't sit well on the ear. I don't know what it is. They fall right out. So I don't know. They're shaped the same. I don't know why, but I just like, making my own because this is handmade jewelry. I like to do it A to Z, not buy any components from the store. So, what you'll need for materials, very little beads for this. I'm using a size 8, one color. I'm using 2 colors of size 11. In this case, it's like, what color is this? This is opaque medium sapphire, and this is a transparent pink. Now, transparent, you can't really see that bead too much. But I want to try it out, and I think it looks cute. So that's all you're going to need. You're going to need a beading needle. I'm just using a size, I think this is a size 12. You can use a size 10. It's fine. Any type of beading thread that you're comfortable working with. I'm using Fireline. I think it's 8 pound. And where you can use 1G, nose of Sunoco, whatever you want. You are going to need some wire. So in this, I used 18 gauge because that's all the sterling silver I had. That was the smallest in the house. So 18 gauge. I also used it for my ear wire. But ideally, for ear wire, I would use a 20 gauge. But it fits me perfectly. So I need to order some 20 gauge. So that's what you want. You want 18 gauge here and your jump ring. And 20 gauge for your ear wire. But again, you can use 18 gauge. That's what I used. So for this piece here, you want to cut yourself 4 inches. Okay, for this piece. But see, I have this copper wire because with this copper wire, I'm going to show you how to make the jump ring and the ear wire. That's why I have this out. So if you want to go ahead and make this, the wire yourself, you're going to need some chain nose pliers. You're going to need round nose pliers because we made these little curls here so the jump ring can sit on. And if you are making your own jump rings, you just need something like this. I don't know what this is called. Bail maker. I'm not sure. Every time I pull it out, I don't know what it's called. But it has different steps, different sizes. If you don't have something like this, get yourself a pen. You can wrap it around there. And of course, some flush cutters. Flush cutters, because when we're cutting our jump rings, there's a reason for flush cutters. It makes the side flush, not pointed. If you're using other type of cutters, you will may want to get a file to file down the ends of your jump ring so that they don't have jagged edges. That's it. If you want to bead along with me, get your materials together and we'll get started. Okay, so to start, what you want to do is you want to pick up a series of beads. And what I've done was I've picked up 4 8s and 4 11s. So 1 8, 1 11, 1 8, 1 11, 1 8, 1 11, 1 8, 1 11, alternating. You will take these beads and bring them down your thread, and you're going to sew back through to create a circle. I'm not leaving myself a big long tail. It's just a little short tail, just something to hang on to while I'm working. And what we'll do, I'm not going to tie a knot because I need these a little bit loose because we're going to be adding the third bead. So I'm just going to sew through a couple of beads, leaving it a bit loose, not too loose, but slightly. And you want to exit an 8. So here's our second color of 11s. So I'm going to pick up my pink, transparent pink here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 11 and then through the 8. Don't pull too tight. Just want it just to sit there. You will pick up the pink, and we're going to do this all the way around. So you're going to, coming out of an 8, you're going to go through the 11 and the 8. And we're almost at our step up. Almost. Get my tail out of the way. We are picking up the pink, going through the 11 and the 8. And our last bead of the round, going through that 11, the 8, and pink, the 11 pink right there, we're stepping up to start a new round. So now we have this. It's sitting flat. It's going to start to cone as we work. So now we can pull a little bit tighter because we just need to get those beads in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the 8 and the 11. 8 first, then the 11. We're coming out of this pink. We're going directly into the next one. And we'll do that all the way around. It's still going to sit flat, but you'll see it's going to start to cone on the next round. So pick up an 8. 11. Coming out of that pink, we're going into the next pink. Start to, just yank it a bit, help your beads sit up. Now we're coming to our step up, last 8, last 11. I'm coming out of this pink. I'm going into the next one and then the 8. That's our step up. So pink and then the 8. So we have this little thing here. That doesn't look like much of anything. Okay, now it's going to start the next round. We're going to cinch everything up. So you're picking up a pink. We're coming out of the 8. We're going to go through the next 11 and the 8. And pull tight. See how it's starting to cup? Where am I right now? No, pink. Pink, go through that next blue 11 and the 8. The 11 and the 8. And now we're coming to a step up. See how fast this is going? It's going to grow very quickly. Pick up the pink, go through that 11, the 8, here's our step up, go into the next pink. So now it cupped. So now again, we pick up an 8, we pick up the sapphire blue here, and then we're going to the next pink. And what you're going to do, I'm going to just count how many rows I did. You can do this as short as you want, as long as you want, depending on what you want your earrings or pendant to look like. Going to the next pink. And here we're at our step up. So 8, 11, go through the next pink, step up to the next 8. And repeat that until I have a few more rows to go. It's going to go quickly. So I did 1, let me just count my 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I started with my 8 and 11 and I ended with my 8 and 11. So I'll be back when I've added my last row, and then I'm going to show you how to cinch this all up to make it nice and tight. And then we're going to start making our actual earring, and we'll be right back. So I just put my last row on, which was the 8 and 11, and I checked over here, exactly the same size. So now we need to finish this up. So you want to go around the top here several times to cinch it closed. And then you're going to move down to the other side and do the same thing. And then just sew through some beads, tie off some knots, and cut off your thread. Right here is just go in, tie a knot by going under, through there, and then just pull. It's called a half hitch knot. Go through my beads. Now, that's safe over here. And what I'll do is, I guess you could leave a longer tail, put on your needle and do it on this side, but I'm just going to go down my beads. So what I'll do is just go down my beads, do the same thing on the other side, tie off my thread, and then we're going to get to the actual wire earring part. Okay, so I'll see you back in a bit. Okay, so now we're going to start the earring part. So I have my piece of approximately 4 inches of wire, and I'm going to put it right through my bead. And I want it centered. Because this is sterling silver, I'm really paying attention to the amount I'm using. It's not like copper where I can, it's not, I can, I don't mind about waste. Okay, so I'm going to just push it over a bit now. I'm going to take my chain nose pliers. Is that in the middle? And I'm just going to bend that up like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Closer. And bend it as best I can. I'm just going to push it up here because I don't want that moving around. Okay, so now I have this. I think I cut a bit too much, but okay. I want to turn this into a curl. So what I'm going to do, I need to snip away a little bit. Snip that much. I never throw away my sterling. I keep it and I melt it down to use it in something else if I need to. And I want these even. Okay. So now I'm just looking at this. And now I'm going to take my round nose pliers. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right about here on my round nose pliers, right at the edge. And I'm just going to turn it in like that. And I'm just going to take a look cut my other one. I'm going to push it in so it's the same, and it is. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going about the same spot right at the edge, and I'm just going to turn that in. So now we have that. Now if it's off a little bit, we're just going to take our chain nose pliers, push that in. And now what I want to do, I'm just going to, again, just push these in a bit so they touch. Like that. And then I'm going to, let me just see this one here. I just want to bend this out a bit. This is dead soft wire, so it's pretty malleable, but the more you play with it, the more work hardened it gets. But there's not a lot we're doing, you know, it's just pretty simple. So now we have this. So what I did with my other one is I just pushed it across like that because I want my jump ring just so that they're sitting close together. And I'm just going to tweak it like that so it's sitting like that, and then I'm going to push it again. I already made my jump ring and my ear wire, so basically what I'm going to do is just open up my jump ring. And I want these, make sure my ear wire is sitting on the right side, and that's it, guys. That's it. Beautiful pair of earrings. So there's a lot you can do with these little components. You, like I said, you can make a pendant. Forget the ear wire. You just put the jump ring this way, then another jump ring that way, and put a chain through it. But I did promise you that I'm going to show you how to make the jump rings and the ear wire. So we're going to, I'll come back and show you how to do that. And I'll be right back. Okay, so this is how I make my jump rings. I decide what size I want them. For in this case, I wanted it, size is that? It's going to be this side. So I just clamp it in there, and I'm just going to twist. I'm going to do a few rounds so that I have a consistent size. So I made myself a little coil, and all I do, see this flush cutter, when I cut this way, whatever's on this side, it's going to be flush. Let me just show you. So I'm going to cut that piece. So that's flush. And then I'm going to turn my flush cutters and go on the other side and cut. So that's what I do. So you can make yourself a big long coil and just keep cutting it like that. Now I'm just going to make another little snip. And that way you have a really nice flush jump ring. Now for the ear wire. Let me just cut this away. And if you're making a few ear wires, I would do this not one at a time. I would do it two at a time. So let me cut this in half. You want them to be the same length. Just like that. And then what I do is I take my round nose pliers, because I want to make this little curl so that it sits on the jump ring. So I'm going to go right to the end and make a small little curl like that. That's one. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. And that's two. So now we have that. We have two. And if they're not sitting straight, like I said, just take your chain nose squish it down, squish it down. Now this is where this comes in, and you have to decide how large you want this. If you don't have this, use a pen. It's fine. So what I'm going to do, wait a second. I want them to sit in like this. See that? Like that. Because what I'm going to do is now take both my wires. Let me go down one because my wire isn't long enough. You want them sitting side by side, and all you're doing with your thumb is just take the wire and push it around like that. Take it off. You have two exactly the same curve and everything. You're going to bring this out a bit. You will take your pliers again, and you're going to make a little bend. And if you find this too long, cut it off, which I find it's a bit too long. Now, this is going in the ear. I just cut that off. It's a little bit jagged. What you want to do is get yourself a file. If you don't have a file in the house, get yourself a nail file and just get the burrs off of that piece. There's your ear wires. What I would suggest you do, I didn't do on these, but I will be doing it on my ear wires. If you have a hammer and a hammer block, you just want to tap this turn here until you have it not completely flat, but just a little bit flatter. It gives it a nice finish, and it makes the wire a lot stronger, so it won't pull apart like that. Give it a little hammer on both sides. That's it. That's the tutorial. If you like the tutorial, you can give me a thumbs up, or and if you think someone else might like it, you can share the video. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because I am trying to put up at least a video per week, if not more. And you're going to be notified of new fun tutorials. The next tutorial that I'm going to be talking about is peyote stitch. I've been going crazy with this. So I'm going to teach you how I design these, and it's bracelets. And it does look like an intricate design. And you can do this too, because I'm going to show you how to actually read a peyote pattern. And it's really, really, really easy, seriously. So hope to see you at the next video. I'm going to show you how to make these. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.